What's going on, guys? Tuesday, March 27th, 2018. I have some news for you today coming from AT&T, a little bit from T-Mobile. Things are pretty quiet from Sprint or Verizon, but I do have some interesting info on usage from all the four carriers, some Samsung rumors and speculation, some news from Samsung, a little bit from YouTube, Motorola, Apple, HTC, and some net neutrality stuff. So I'll get through all these things. Let's go ahead and get started with AT&T. If you have a Galaxy Note 8, you will be getting your Android Oreo update very, very soon. It should be on the way. I believe the over-the-airs are coming out now. So they are the first carrier to have this update. I know the Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus already got their updates last week for a lot of carriers. I think Sprint, T-Mobile, and Verizon did. The unlocked version is still waiting to receive its update, but a lot of Galaxies are now getting this. So let me know in the comment section below if you have already received this or from any of the other devices. AT&T is going to be rolling out 60,000 open standard white boxes. So I guess the way they're going to do this is they're going to deploy these routers over the next few years. They're basically going to be operate using an open source software system that's been developed by AT&T, and they're also going to be using an open hardware standard. So the key here is AT&T wants it to be modular, very easy for them to upgrade and modify, over the next several years. With the 5G network evolution, things are going to be changing. They want things to be modular. This gives them that flexibility. So it is open source in nature. Anyone can build into these systems, whether it's software or hardware, or from like a Spectrum side. They're going to be using Linux systems developments. This obviously means it's going to be open sourced. And I think potentially this is going to allow them to basically do anything they want to the software side. It is going to be cloud-based, so the operating system will be doing everything over the air. The testing was completed last year, and it's approaching commercial application very soon. So it's basically going to be a virtual network. This is actually pretty cool. I think the fact that they'll have remote management is really good for AT&T, and it's very promising. It does have to be flexible. I think this is actually really smart by AT&T. When I get more news on this development and on this commercialization, I'll keep you guys posted here to the channel. For those of you with T-Mobile or thinking about T-Mobile, I believe I've already started seeing the advertisements for the MLB TV, which is available for joining T-Mobile. It does start today. I've been seeing the commercials and the ads. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check that out from T-Mobile. Some reports are showing that T-Mobile customers are using the most data. I think first place was T-Mobile at 5 gigabytes per month on average. Sprint and Verizon were at about 4. AT&T at 3 gigabytes per month. And AT&T also happened to be the carriers that use the least amount of Wi-Fi. So I'm not really sure the reason for that, but being that T-Mobile and Sprint are the most affordable and obviously the most attractive to millennials, it does make sense that the data usage is highest with them. Some interesting predictions. Some analysts are saying that monthly data usage will be almost 100 gigabytes per month for the average user in 2025. They're estimating that because of things like 4K video and with speeds being so fast by 2025, with full 5G deployment, that, 75 gigabytes per month of streaming alone will be used by the average user. So video, whether it's TV or movies, what I want to know from you guys in the comment section below is, do you think that this seems accurate to you? What would your predictions be? I actually think this is probably going to be pretty close. 4K video is going to lead to some huge files and people watching TV over their LTE and everything like that, everybody moving to streaming options. Definitely very, very possible. And you guys could take a look here as to, the age groups that use the most data and Wi-Fi and things of that nature and what they're using it for. Some interesting stuff there. I'm going to move over to some Samsung news. Samsung is actually being sued. Lack of software updates is the citation here, and lack of support. This is in Dutch courts, not the U.S. So basically, with Samsungs, if you buy a flagship, you get support for about 2 years. And, for some of the mid-range and the lower-end devices, you'll never see an update for the entire time that you own the device. So they're apparently getting sued for this. Some speculation and rumors coming from Samsung. This is for the Galaxy Note 9, which should be coming out here in the fall of 2018. It's rumored that it's going to have a 3,850 milliamp hour battery and an in-display fingerprint scanner. Now, I have reported previously in another video that Samsung doesn't believe that they'll be able to, have the mass production of the in-display fingerprint scanners, but now there's some rumors that it still might be able to happen. So it would be a supply constraint, from the hardware side. I'm not really sure if they'll be able to meet those demands, but do keep in mind that the Galaxy Note 8 was $950. It has like a 3,300 milliamp hour battery, I think. That's just not big enough. People that buy a Note 8 want their phone to be a power phone. They are power users. It should be a bigger battery. It's got to last longer. 3850 would be awesome. I don't think they'll actually do that for the next gen. I think they probably will get to about 3,500 milliamp hour battery. And with an in-display fingerprint scanner, you could definitely expect this phone is going to be more than $1,000. The Note 8 was $950. So I would expect something in between, $1,050 to $1,100 if it gets an in-display fingerprint scanner and a larger battery. So now that we've covered Samsung, let's move over to Motorola. An announcement is going to be made in April for some new devices. Looks like they're going to have some launches coming up. They had no presence at MWC last month, so we're expecting to see announcements for the Moto G6, which is their worldwide bestseller. It's like a budget mid-ranger, which is probably going to look similar to the Moto X4 that we saw last year. Their president has stepped down, who has been president for 2 years. The president of Motorola that just stepped down was with the company for a total of 20. Motorola's got a lot of things going on within the company. They've got massive layoffs. They've got smartphone cancellations. Profitability has been poor. They're trying to streamline a lot of the different setups to the way they have their management positions. It's been a mess. So they're definitely overturning some things. They're going to overhaul a lot of what's going on there at the company. So expect more changes. I'll keep you guys posted here on the channel. Some Apple news. New iPad geared towards school usage. It's going to cost schools $299 for this iPad. Available silver, space gray, and gold. Will be 9.7 inches. It will have pencil support, Touch ID, a FaceTime camera, 10-hour battery life, 8-megapixel rear camera. There will be an LTE model. It's going to feature the A10 Fusion chip. Consumers that want to buy it, it's going to cost them $329. $299 for schools. The pencil itself will be $89 for schools and $99 for consumers. Obviously, they're gearing directly towards Chromebook competition here. I'm definitely gonna say that this is gonna put a dent into Chromebook sales if schools decide to go back towards Apple phones or Apple devices, I should say. In some other Apple news, new color variant for the iPhone 10. I guess they're gonna start making a gold one. This is not going to solve the iPhone 10 issues in terms of the sales. Now, the sales were fine, but they didn't hit their goals. They wanted to sell a lot more of them. The problem with the phone is it was just too expensive. They're selling it for $1,000. I don't think the market was really ready for it just yet. If they would have priced the phone at $900 or $950, I think they would have sold a lot more. So I would expect the next generation of similar iPhone 10 models, one model probably to be around $900 and the other to be at $1,000 as a starting point. We'll see what happens, but that's kind of my prediction. HTC looks like they had their worst year ever, 2017, operating at a negative $580 million loss. Smartphone sales are horrible. Losing quarter after losing quarter in their scenario here, year after year, they're just hemorrhaging money. It's been really bad for HTC. They're not looking good right now. I don't see them getting out of this. I'm going to just something quick on YouTube. So for some of you guys that kind of are aggravated by the way that people record, the YouTube app is actually going to start to dynamically adapt to different video sizes. So when people record vertically, which can be kind of annoying, the YouTube app is going to have a system built in to where it's going to actually just readjust the way that it was recorded and the way it gets formatted. So it's going to get rid of those black bars that are on the sides. So the app's going to auto-adjust and do this for you whenever you view that type of video and the way that you orient your device. So this is going to be showing in the next update, so look out for that. And the last thing I'll leave you with is some net neutrality news. AT&T and Verizon and their fellow lobbyists are going to be planning to sue states that try to enforce and enact net neutrality. So currently it's like a state-to-state basis, trying to adopt net neutrality. Verizon and AT&T are going to be gung-ho about this, suing any states that try to prevent them from creating those fast lanes and those paid speedy networks, connections to different people's devices. This is going to open up the floodgates to a lot of lawsuits. I'll keep you guys posted here on the channel if I find anything else on this matter. It's definitely going to be a big deal. I'm a huge proponent for net neutrality, but, things are looking kind of crazy right now with the bureaucracy of this. The claims of they want to, make the networks faster and it's preventing innovation. It's a mess. So I'll keep you guys posted here on the channel. But that's it for this video. Long enough. Thank you guys for watching. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Ding the bell to get notifications whenever I upload content. This is Steve from Stay Mobile Tech, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.